What's happening, Captains? Welcome back to another episode of the Zay and Jay Show, where I'm your host, Axel Zay, with my co-host, Life is Jay, and we got our special guest back, Jazz from ToughTopics, and she's
Yes,
back to do our review for Evil Dead Rise. It's funny because she hit me like, "Hey, we got to do this,"
period.
and I hadn't even seen the movie at that point, so I was excited because you was excited.
Wow, I didn't even know that you hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah, so
He hit me up, was like, Jazz want to do another podcast. I was like, shit, bet. And I was like, what movie? He's like, Evil Dead Rising. I was like, okay, I got it.
you would think we gotta stop meeting on these horror movies, but I enjoy them too much. So
Oh yeah, they're great content. Like everyone, like people just love talking about them. They love watching them.
I was surprised at how many people was like, yeah, like people gotta go like watch this movie, even though like, it's like scary, like so that was interesting.
I can confess that at first, when I first I was like, oh, let's watch this. Like, I could just, I could wing this. I'm playing a video game. I got this shit. I'm watching this shit on the side. It's
You
like,
was
okay.
side-eyeing it.
And I'm like, oh, what just happened? Oh, okay, what just happened?
Yeah.
And then yesterday, I literally sat down. I was like, I'm not doing nothing else. I'm watching this film. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, it goes
man.
there.
Oh, right. Yeah, this is actually a good movie. It's like, all right, bet. Okay, I got something to talk about.
All right.
I
So
was like, I can wing it.
it sounds like we all like it, but we got to start with the dislikes. I still
Okay.
got some of those because I would say, just personally, I would say this is a lot better than like a lot of them because, I mean, well, basically, like Evil Dead is not like built off of, I would say, being too serious. So
Right.
for this one, it was like, no, like it's serious. No, this everything that's happening right now, this is gonna be horrible and it's gonna be serious. So with the dislikes, I mean, Jamal, are you going throw? Because I didn't want to put like people's choices as dislikes, because like that's just a part of the movie. If it wasn't dumb people, we wouldn't have no movie. So but obviously, don't. I'm just saying in the moment of there being an earthquake, right? I'm just saying, and I ain't never been through an earthquake before, but I could tell you what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
during an earthquake and you do survive in the parking garage at that, it's probably not smart to go down after the earthquake just open up
Exactly.
it's probably just not just the way that earthquakes is set up and the way that parking garages is set up. It probably wasn't smart to do that. So I was just like, I get that was I still think it was a good way to like get to the where the Necromonicon was like stored and stuff, but like I was just like that was a kind of a little bit over the top
Yeah, it
for
was a
them to
little
do
bit of a
that.
stretch for
Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
White people, man. That was my whole dislike. How white people was white people in this whole horror film. And it's like, bro, if you see your girl grab a goddamn drone and take this shit to the face and fall in the water, she is dead. She gone. What you jumping in the water for? What?
So you just
Well,
gonna let her drown?
Not to mention, like, she clearly looked like something was really wrong with her when she did it. Like, maybe, okay, fine. Your first thought isn't probably demonic possession.
Yeah.
But you had to have known, like, there was something really up. Like, I to the point that I don't think that no matter how protective I felt as a boyfriend, I don't think I would have been like,
That
okay.
Johnny was immaculate. There's no way. Oh, my girl. It's like she's dead, bro. She's
my
dead.
thing for that, why I didn't write it down, was I just thought like bro was like so in shock like everything, because everything that happened was like really quick. If you think
Yeah.
about it, like imagine a girl running out, somebody got their scalp ripped off, and then your girl just grab your drone and just slice her own face. Like that's a big shocker for a lot of people. He
But
was
would you
probably
jump in the water afterwards?
yeah, he's probably in shock of what was happening. Just he needed
But
to save
wouldn't
his
you?
girl.
You know what? I could see that you're like, of course, that he would be in
I
shock,
would-
but I don't think
I
that
would.
that's the way that you would react to it. Like, I feel like for
I
instance,
need to
a person.
save her.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, a person might say, if you're in shock, it would be forgivable for you to not save her,
Yeah,
for you to like run, just sprint the other way, like you don't know what the heck going
or
on.
if something going on, I would think that you would want me to go to safety, because obviously you far gone, So
Exactly. Let me get away from whatever is happening.
yeah,
The
yeah.
first reaction is literally the girl. You see the girl with her fucking muffin cap peeled back, and you're like, where the top of your head at?
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
mean,
the initial
no,
shock.
and remember, she dropped the one girl. Either did the evil girl drop it, or did the remember it had that little
Yeah,
plop,
yeah.
like
You
it plopped. So
failed.
he saw it, like he
Oh.
saw that freaking scalp. That is,
Yeah, she had it in her hand, and just like,
Mhm.
hmm,
And
okay,
then
nothing
he
wrong
end up
here.
getting drowned trying to save his so far gone girlfriend.
Brown, he had his head ripped off,
Yeah, well, drowned and head ripped off.
bro.
I totally forgot that. I
She
totally
came out the
forgot.
water like, yeah, like
I will
head
say
from the
that's
shoulder up.
one of the best openings I've seen for a horror movie, because I was like, oh, this how they starting off. And like this was just compared to the carnage that's like in the movie, this was like a sprinkle. Like
Light work.
this was
I watched. He doesn't really make as many videos anymore. So, but when he was really making a lot of videos, I used to watch this content creator called Ralph the Movie Maker. And he did a review on a lot of times he'll review like the kind of cheesy horror movies just to kind of rip them apart, So did either of you see Bye Bye Man?
no.
It was on Netflix like some years ago.
Oh, okay. I remember seeing it, but I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah,
So of course it was a really stupid movie or whatever. But he was talking about how the Bye Bye Man tried to do what Zay's talking about, how a lot of horror movies today, they have their openings are damn near better than the rest of the movie. Like
Yes.
because they really want to draw you in. And I was just saying that like I think horror specifically, like I think almost every horror movie I've seen in recent years has taken that formula. Like they start with this really dramatic opening scene, and it might not even have anything to, specifically do with the next sequence of events, like, specifically, but just like hooks you in and draws you in. And I agree. I think this one was really cool. Like seeing the rising out of the water and then
With the
title
title,
part, like that was beautiful.
Yeah.
She prepared for spirit. I'm like, oh, okay, that was different.
Yeah, they went there.
It's an eye grabber for sure, but it's just like, well, why would you jump in the water? Well,
Oh yeah, I forgot. Look, Zay, we're supposed to be talking about dislike.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, that was just like why? Well, we've been doing like.
But yeah, just for the sake of people who are in earthquakes, please don't go deeper into the earthquake after it happens.
Don't go into tight holes after
With a bunch of, crucifixes either.
Yeah, like you literally
swarmed by insects and
you.
maggots.
And yeah, I agree.
The power of Christ actually literally compelled you. Like you really need to get on that.
Sure, let me just grab this book that looks demonic. Yeah.
Now, did y'all think that this movie was like a little like, well, like if you know Evil Dead is like hard, but like this whole movie, I had no hope for them. Like,
yeah, well, because they had, you could tell there were stakes. Like once that first daughter, became possessed, and you realize, oh, kids are not off limit.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
The minute, what's his name, Danny?
Oof.
Yeah.
The minute his blood was on that book, I was like, yeah, it's over.
Wait, nothing had happened yet then.
Yeah, but the minute I
The
like
minute it opened up, I said it's over.
and his blood just sunk in the book, and it just literally sunk in the book.
Okay.
Their whole story in the book. I was like, oh yeah, they're fucked.
Now, I don't think it's too much of a stretch, but I get the whole auntie is a guitar technician.
Yeah.
I don't know how far guitar technicians go out, but for her to be able to put the DJ booth in, what I really didn't like was her idea of like, hey, I'm go sit in here and listen to the thing. You go out there and you know, protect yourself. Yeah.
They were like,
There you go.
okay.
My dislike was I thought, and I'm sure you guys can agree with this, they did not have any realistic reactions to their freaking mom dying and their sister dying.
It was
Like,
kind of like, oh.
It's like, yeah, I get it. It's a very strange circumstance. Like, obviously, like she was acting very strange before she died. You know, maybe you might have thought it was some sort of virus kind of thing, and maybe you didn't want the kids in the room with her. But I mean, the kids were like barely crying. There was no big moment where she's just like laying dead in the bed in the next room, and the older daughter is just kind of like, oh, come on, little sister, let's just sit in the room and wait things out. Like, what the heck? That was so weird to me. That was so weird.
They was already going through it since the earthquake.
I was gonna say it did seem like they set up like a strained relationship. Mom seemed like she just don't give no fucks. She
for real.
Not too artist.
You caught Shorty tooted up in the kitchen eating glass. Like, what is your initial reaction? You're just like, why is she like that?
Oh, see, yes, and even like their reactions to other things like that. It's like, I get it. Yes, strange things have been happening for the last few hours, but that I don't know if you can get desensitized to it that fast. And they weren't moving fast. Like, did y'all notice when the mom came in and she was like, when she finally faced them and they could clearly see that she was just,
yeah.
They didn't, who wouldn't take off running right then? Like, who wouldn't like scram for the back of the apartment and lock themselves in the back room or something? Yep. It was just like, Mom, what's going on? Like, what?
I mean, if it was black folks, that movie would have been over like in 10-minute mark.
I'm talking about movie over.
Earthquake? Oh no, we leaving the building. Fuck over.
I mean, but the situation was all messed up. Like it just so happened that the stairs had crumbled. It just so happened.
That was so. Now that to me was like. Not to mention, okay, you're telling me the stairs basically gave way, collapsed, etc. And homegirl at the end just slept through all of that. Like, she didn't know nothing. She didn't hear that elevator crash.
That's what I was going to say. So, yeah, and a lot of people were saying, like, oh, yeah, she was like so far down that's why she didn't hear anything. But it's just like, I mean, they was up there shooting her shit coming off the walls.
You know how loud a shotgun is?
Yeah.
And that girl, that
in
lady,
the hallway.
The demon screamed. So
yeah, the demon screamed.
Yes, there was like that really, and apparently it was ear splitting loud. Like they, went to great lengths to make sure we could tell that was like ear splitting, loud. So obviously that was just so unrealistic.
The wood chipper just going off.
But I figured showing that in the beginning, I kind of felt like they kind of like showed their hands too early. I was like, oh, that's gonna come back and play.
I didn't pay that much attention to it. Like every review I've watched on this, people always like complain about that. There was like, and then here's this really conspicuous wood chipper, and I'm like, oh, I didn't notice it till the end.
No, so I noticed when they was I can't remember if it was like when they was coming back with the pizza, but like there was just like this
fucking parking lot.
Yeah, there was just like it seemed like they focused on it for like a little too long to be like, wow, why are they focusing on this wood chipper? And
not to mention they done tried to salvage the pizza at the end. At the end.
Hey, I was like, that's a lot of pieces they fell.
I'm just saying she kind of should have held on to that just in case.
Yeah, I'm not going. I ain't gonna hold you. I would have been a little mad if she. I mean, what we gonna eat now?
We don't got no drinks, but you know, hey,
That damn
pizza is
The
greasy.
pizza was still in the box, thankfully. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was
it
still-
definitely probably could have been eaten if necessary.
They
Yeah.
had that crusty crab pizza.
upside down.
It's been through SpongeBob.
That
Uh-huh.
thing was just
Yeah, and I would say another thing. I thought like until like the mom died, like it don't seem like the kids really have any relationship with their aunt. I can't remember them calling her actual like aunt, blah blah blah.
The
She was
Until
demon,
like
the
outside.
Deadite did. She
middle
was
of the
like, right,
movie.
Auntie Beth?
Yeah, yeah. And I was just like, they're like, oh yeah, that's right. She is
Yeah.
our aunt. Yeah.
Auntie was outside, apparently.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Auntie was out there living her best life. She ain't
Too much
answered the
of it.
phone. Think about it. That means she hadn't talked to their mom and it didn't she say like 2 months?
Yeah,
She
Didn't
was
she
on
say she
tour.
had called her like 2 months before?
how she not know that she had left voicemails too? I get you could miss a missed call, but
She
thinking
was
you
out here
got
on world
voicemails.
tour, getting it in.
Well, I
Crazy.
didn't like so well, I wouldn't say necessarily I didn't like it, but one criticism that I heard some other reviewers say that I thought I was like, you know what, yeah, I can agree with that. Is that so like in a movie like the Evil Dead Rise or excuse me, Evil Dead, the franchise, of course, I actually haven't seen any of the other ones except for the 2013 remake. That's the first and only one that I saw. So
Yes.
everything else I just know from clips and sound bites. So I know it's pretty goofy and silly, like it's
Very.
kind of just that over the top gore and that kind of thing.
Yes.
But with this one, it took itself a lot more seriously. And I will say, I don't mind that at all. I love more serious horror films, but it's like, dang, if you really think about it, it's kind of a little bit sad. Like you kind of maybe need maybe a few more comedic beats to kind of level things out because it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
These kids, their dad left them. Now their mom is dead. Before she died, she was acting really weird. Now that she's clearly some sort of zombie dead thing, she's saying all this horrible stuff to them, calling them titty suckers or whatever.
Bro,
And
That's part
and
of my
it's just
likes.
then the kids end up getting possessed and stuff too. It's like,
Yeah.
dang, like this family,
And
this is the worst night of their life.
do you
hey,
remember the
demon
part
was
where
the demon.
yeah, where when they get changed into the demons and they're like crying, no mom, no mom, and then they
Yeah.
start laughing. I'm like, damn, this little girl is gonna be messed up.
Man, when I tell
Wow.
you she is going to need daily therapy, forget weekly. She's gonna have to go every day.
The
Oh,
demon
and
was
then,
my comedy the whole movie because she was trying to open that motherfucking door. It's like, yeah, me and your daddy's right here. It's straight. We good. We good.
Now,
Look, we're happy family.
yes.
They had comedy.
Unlock
They
the door. Please, just unlock the door.
It was
You
like
talk to
dark
her.
humor, yeah, like more of a dark humor.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like,
It
psych
was.
bitch, come here.
And that's what I like. I like that the kids was like, nah, safe. Like, hey, we'll
Oh.
take
Well,
it
because
there
it
if we
was
want to.
yeah, if it was real stakes, and so few horror movies today really have that. Like, how often are you watching a horror movie and you're really thinking that one of the main characters is
Yeah.
going to die? You know.
Which when Bridget got marked up by that tattoo gun, I was like, oh no, this serious. Like she
Yes, and I'm sorry, like
That's
maybe it's just because I'm a woman and I'm just more emotional, whatever. But I don't know if you guys remember, there was a short scene where the mom was trying. Well, she did end up stabbing Beth, but it ended up going through her hand. But of course, she was trying to like really stab her, and the daughter was like, "Mom, stop!" And then like her eyes were just like welled with tears, like she was just so like just confused and scared. And I thought that was like, I was like, oh my God, like they're really taking it there.
yeah.
So not a dislike, obviously, because I did think that was well done. But I was like, whew, this movie is intense. I didn't expect for it to be that intense, I'll admit.
I loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
That was
The carnage in this is just like
that was the comedy. I was like, ooh,
yeah.
ooh, you girl. It's like
Who was y'all's favorite Deadite? Like whose performance did you like the best when they
The
became possessed?
mom, she
the mom.
Yeah,
was
she
funny.
really did kill it.
if y'all ever seen Hereditary, like
Yes. It was giving. It was giving that.
Straight out of Hereditary. Like that
When
was
she
crazy.
was at the fucking peephole and she was like, open the door like you open your legs, you groupie slut.
Ooh, yes. That was it right there, y'all. That was it.
Deadeye was talking his shit. He's talking big shit. Yeah.
And that made her mad. She was like, I'm not a groupie, you psycho. I was like, oh my God.
Bro, I'm watching the movie. We in the party chat and I'm fucking dying. It's like, yo, I cannot believe she just said that.
Yep.
Nah,
Like,
when she
part of the woman was actually that was the mom speaking.
I look,
that was really
let's be
her.
honest. Let's be honest. That was a little bit of Ellie for real.
Yeah, she even told the neighbor about it. Remember? He's like, "Who are you?" He's like, "Beth." Oh, the groupie. She like.
Let's be honest, though. I mean,
she
as an adult,
yes,
being a groupie is like, come on now. You seriously just follow a rock band around. Now, to be fair, if she really is their technician, obviously she must be.
She's technician something.
She was tuning something. Yeah.
A lot of things. She had twins.
Oh, and that's gonna like set up like I see a lot of people say like, "Hey, she's not gonna keep this baby."
Shoot, all of this whole big little homage to motherhood, and the homegirl probably ain't even gonna.
She said, "I'm straight."
Probably wasn't best to watch this the week of Mother's Day.
True, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Mama just got off.
All right, let's get to the likes then. I got to start before Zoom cut us off. First of all, Cassie, weird, but I just was like, it's kind of interesting that you just, cutting the heads off of dolls and then sticking them on staffs. It came in handy. So I wasn't mad at that, but I just thought like, okay, they put a interested spin on this kid and how she is and how she gonna grow up to be is gonna be very interesting to see.
I think they really went out of their way to make sure that the kids weren't boring. Well, like that they didn't have like the younger kid especially. Like think about it, young kids in movies are always just like they're just there. They're just there to be scared and there to be protected. And of course, like yes, it was ultimately to protect her. But she had her own little personality, and I did think that was cool. It's like, okay, and she's definitely not just wallpaper.
Mm-hmm. Because at some point I felt like it was up to her and the aunt to kind of like carry the movie. I mean, after everybody else was dead, it's like how this gonna be.
You know he's gonna die.
To see them in the elevator like that. Hey, I thought that was gonna be the end of the movie. I thought the elevator was gonna snap, fall, fade to black. Cool.
Okay,
like, I would have been
seriously.
cool with that.
Like I was so. And let me tell y'all, I have to say this for anybody watching, for Zay, for Jay, and for anybody watching. I watched so many scary movies, what people deem to be scary movies. I never really feel anything watching horror movies as far as like real tension. I can tell that other people probably do, and I can sense that, but I'm not often like actually like, but this movie I was. When they were in the elevator and they started to fill up with that blood, I really was thinking, what can they possibly do to get out of this? Like, there's no way they can make it. Like, and, of course, it ended up just falling, and then it falling made the, but I was like, there's no way they can make it out. Like, what's going to freaking happen?
And I think that a lot of people will, I'll speak for myself. I was okay with the elevator thing because, like I said, the whole movie, like I had no hope for these people. So for them to finally get some type of grace, it was just like, okay, oh shit, oh, all right, it was something.
Life was throwing them haymakers the whole movie.
And the mom got it the worst. I mean, she just carrying groceries, in the elevator. She just get like attacked by.
After she told the kids to stay away from the elevator.
Yeah.
It's like, after earthquake, stay out of the elevator. First thing she do is go in the fucking elevator.
but they have to
That's-
eat.
Oh,
You know,
That's true. People
So I
gotta take
love-
their own advice.
when she was cooking the eggs after she was possessed, I was like, oh shit.
Okay, hey, I want to have a smart person moment, a smart movie watcher moment. Because at first I didn't notice this. Well, I did notice it, but I didn't notice probably why. So y'all saw like the eggs was all like bloody or whatever when she was putting them in there. And I think it's because I think they were fine in the bowl, but I think when she touched them, I think it was her touching them that made that happen. Like it's like a kind of symbolic of like that, like, you know, saying she killed basically like whatever. Now, granted, obviously, if they're eggs that you eat, they're not fertilized like that, you know. But
hopefully.
yeah. So
I was
but I
traumatized.
thought that was a cool little effect. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and like we said, I just think that was part of them like taking it there. Like, you know, that if that scene wasn't in the movie, like the movie is still good. But the fact that they added like layers on top of layers on top of layers, like to make sure like
You know, the actress that played the mom, she's an Aussie. So she's Australian in real life. So I'm always impressed when people can do such, you know, just American accents or whatever. Like I'm always impressed by that. And she killed that. Mommy's with the maggots now. Like she killed it.
The voice, cold. I loved it. The voice that they did, fire.
Yeah.
It sounded like the Joker mixed with Beetlejuice or something like that. That shit was crazy. And like you said, you know, usually I don't feel a lot for like horror movies, but I was just like, I would not like to hear that.
Forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like they just did not care. Like, and I know we all probably like that, right? The fact that they just really went there. Like there was nothing was off limits. Like nothing was off limits.
Bro, the funniest part of the film was she motherfucking grabbed that man by the face and bit his eye off. Oh. And I was like, oh, okay, damn, she took his eye off. And then like, I'm not gonna stop there. Oh, you took
It's spit.
It's like how you died because you choked on an eyeball?
On an eyeball, bro. But Jay, here's one that could give that one a run for its money for how funny. It was still one of the peephole scenes. It was when she was doing her little dead walk, you know, dragging her foot or whatever, and homeboy just shoots her, and all you just see is her just go shoot across the thing. And he just walking up with that gun. I was so weak. I said, homeboy said he had enough.
And he was looking through the peephole the whole time, like,
yep.
And that part I really like because like we only get a perspective of like what's happening in this little short span.
Yes, that was very creative.
But we can hear everything and we know what's going on. So it's like you put two and two. And when she sent that little boy flying, I was dying. Dead.
The part from the previews was good where she's like, nothing that a big old hug and kiss from you wouldn't fix. I'm like, girl, now.
I don't think anybody actually expected her to open the door, but like they took it.
Yeah, that was insane. Like she literally could sense you without even turning around. Tell myself, oh, there you are. That right there would have creeped me out enough to be like, you know what? Forget it. Forget it.
Man.
I'm gonna wait.
If you running from somebody and they take a cheese grater and grate your shit from the back.
But
I could feel it as it was happening.
Y'all think they fleshed that part out enough though? Like I thought that was gonna be a little more.
Oh,
take a cheese grater to the back of your leg just a little bit. Just
I scratched
bit.
myself just to like see like my arm. Yeah,
she put force into that.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think my mouth was open most of this movie. I was just like,
seriously.
They did that. Okay, all right.
Like when homegirl really just grabbed Shorty break like this and just ripped her scalp clean off.
You saw brain. It was like, oh.
And then she said, "Who's the meathead now?" Because your meat in your head is exposed
He
now.
ripped it to the white meat, bro. That shit is crazy.
Like she snapped. She snapped.
Is remember she was talking shit about her boyfriend or whatever too. So
She
like,
was, bro.
Got your ass.
Okay, y'all.
Mhm.
Speaking of that scene, I loved the part where she was when she started reading that book. I thought that was so creepy. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine you literally sitting with something in front of
she
you,
like,
and then you hear your cousin just, first of all, who was just asleep, mind you, she just sit up out of nowhere and start reciting what you reading in real time.
you like, hold on, I didn't read that part yet. Wait, don't spoil it for.
Right.
Wait,
Gotta go.
wait.
Right.
Now,
Hold on.
that motherfucking record player. It was like,
Yes.
oh, you listen to some music? Let me finish that for you.
Bro, she put. I was like, yo.
It's like, oh,
yeah.
and it's like, let me recite this shit out of my fucking. I was like, you will pull some
No,
shit.
that I loved that scene too, and I forgot about that. How she had her mouth open. Like I loved
let me finish
that.
it for you. It's like, ooh, it's time to go. It's time to go.
It is.
I gotta run.
Yeah, and from so this is, it feels like a prequel sequel type of feel, because they incorporate like stuff from like the other movies in this. So like the part where she like spits the dude's eyeball back into him, that's like, I want to say maybe from like the second one that they do that in. The like prime weapons of Ash, who is like the main character, which is cool. The dude who voiced him, he was the pastor on the record.
He was. Now I think
telling them.
As I say, I think he was. So was he the one that was actually doing most of the talking, or I heard he was the one that was kind of doing that interjecting when he's like, it's the Book of the Dead for a reason. Like, you know, when they first started talking, there was like some pastor in the background that was like openly like opposing. I thought they said that was him, but either way, I know he did have a voice role in this.
Something on that. So
yeah.
That was
cool.
But yeah, so and then they have that, the shotgun from the neighbor that's like the first weapon that like Ash ever like, well, besides like, you know, them trying to cut up everybody, you know, before. But so they moved to the shotgun, and then Ash at some point he get infected and have to cut off his own hand. Then that's when you get the chainsaw on the hand. So they incorporated chainsaw, the shotgun, and you know everything into there, which was super dope. I was like, okay, I see what y'all doing. I like it. So that was dope.
Yeah, that was definitely pretty dope.
And her eating the glass. Hey, well done.
I loved that. Yeah. I loved how they like slowed it.
Oh, the throat thing. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Oh,
do y'all okay? Is it just me, or when homegirl was eating that glass, she was eating that shit? You know how? Have you ever heard the running joke that Tyrese make everything he eat look good? She was making that glass like a fresh Chipotle burrito. He was like, I'm talking about homegirl was enjoying that glass.
Oh,
I said, girl.
No, her ass was tooted. I was like, why is she tooted like that?
Okay, I thought it was just me. I said, dang, she think, and why she sitting like that? She like she ready for somebody to come. Okay.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah. Out of everybody, I really did feel bad for Bridget, because she was like, bro, put that shit back. Go,
exactly.
Like, don't.
And she was very protective of the little sister. She was all, you know, she really was trying her best.
I really didn't think it was gonna be her until it was her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when she got taken over first, I was like, oh, like the hope meter was just like,
yes.
Oh, y'all all finna die.
Y'all done, bro.
One like, because I was that this movie did have some jump scares, but it did not rely heavily on them. And I liked that scene when Bridget had come back as a Deadite, and she was in the sheet and she just quietly comes into like that was effective. I wish more horror directors would understand like quiet doesn't have to be quiet into a jump scare. Just plain old quiet is effective in horror movies. It's creepy. It's eerie.
Which is why A Quiet Place and Bird Box was really good movies, because focusing more with what you hear
Yes, with
than
what you
like
can't. Yeah.
what you can't see. Something else I like when the earthquake happened in the Cassie, she's like, I think I peed my pants. And then Bridge is like, is it warm? She said, no. She said, oh, that's okay. It's probably soda. Cool, cool, cool.
Like, how
I'm
would you
just
not know if you peed yourself?
I'm just like, okay. That shit had me weak. And did y'all notice that none of them
He's a
went down
kid.
there after Danny went in there to check whatever the hell he was checking? Both of them stayed up top. Like, no.
Hey, like some smart folk.
Yes, yes. Tragic that.
Hey, but who got time for that?
Yeah,
I'm
tragic.
not crawling in little holes after the earthquake. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. You should be happy that you don't have to shit after an earthquake, because bro, I was just like, this is like the worst, like not the worst, but probably one of the worst places for this to happen right now. If this is gonna happen, they would have been done for.
I was trying to see if the little girl was in any other films, and it's nothing I know of.
No, I'm just gonna say,
Man, but
She had mixed reception though. Like some people said that they thought she did a good performance, and some people was not feeling her performance. I thought she did pretty good for a kid.
like how she's a child. Like,
yeah, I didn't feel like she had. I didn't feel like she really had to do much. I think Auntie
Exactly.
Beth was the one who was supposed to carry the performance.
you know, if she could cry, it looks sad.
Yeah, and run away from her mom being a demon, like just that.
Little small thing. I think I peed myself.
Yeah, but also why I think that Ellie was the best one, because when she hopped out, when they put her body in the tub,
And she hopped out that motherfucker.
shaking, and just hopped up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's why I said that Hereditary came out. I was like, oh, now she's turned into Spider-Man. Okay.
She was good. What'd you say?
What did you say in the chat on last night?
About
what do you throw at the white shit?
Yeah, that part I didn't understand why they had to keep throwing up the white, right? Whatever that was.
You said when they were throwing up stuff.
The when she had first started puking all this like
white shit.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, oh, okay, all right, that's me uncomfortable. And
well, I will say, for my religious background, apparently, if you do believe in the dispelling or expelling of demons, apparently it does create some sort of viscous something that's actually supposed to come out.
demon liquid. Let's go with that. Let's go.
Right.
Ejaculating inside of you.
Like that. Yeah. Oh,
Damn.
Damn.
Oh, by the way, I want to make sure everybody hears this too, because I'm mad at y'all for doing a Scream 6 review without me.
Ooh, we had that mug in the can for a minute.
Because I really had so much to say about that movie. But guess what? I'm going to do my own video and I'll just invite you guys.
There you go.
That works.
Let's do that.
Because we've had a streak of horrible films.
We was about to drop Winnie the Pooh.
Everything.
What was the other one? The Grinch? The Grinch?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, because we saw
I was scared.
I'm like, okay,
Scream.
I'm having a little bit, Scream's pretty good. I'm like, all right, cool. And then
yeah, Scream was good.
Their eyes was like, oh, another horror film. Like,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, thankfully we're two for two for this year. Any other horror movies come out this year? Like already that came out?
I say y'all should watch The Pope's Exorcist. It's I think the movie is all right, but like the stake of it basically is like, the demon vanquisher, of the church, basically, finally meet his match. And then he like, oh, the demon like, oh, well, if I take over the Pope, then
that's the one. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
it's over. You know what I'm saying? But
I haven't even seen promotion for that.
It's good.
It was a trailer for it. I was like, oh, pick the Pope. I was like, oh, oh no.
Oh yeah. Did Okay, so ending wise, I'm hearing a lot of hate for the ending at least. But like
That they live.
I like it because like, well, first of all, it goes back to the beginning of the movie, which was like dope to see that like that's the whole day after or whatever. But I thought this like sets up a good like precedent for if they are going back to like, let's do Evil Dead. I could see, Cassie being the new Deadite hunter. I don't I don't know. Like,
Really?
they kill her whole, family
Family.
basically. The aunt is not obviously not gonna be a good candidate to like raise her, and they both know that these
But
deadites
see,
out there and they gonna keep coming back. So
I think the people who made this movie would disagree with you. I think the movie took itself seriously in a way that it thinks that I think they think that we as the audience are supposed to leave feeling like that
Complete.
Beth had saying like a complete character arc and that she's, you know,
she's just gonna be a tormented child. Yeah. Living happily ever after.
no, Beth the aunt, like that she has gotten to this point because you said it was obvious that she wouldn't be a good mom. I think and I don't disagree with that, but I think the movie was hoping that we would not think that. I think that they
Yeah.
expected us to think, oh, hey, we've been through all of this, and I've grown as a person. I've protected my niece. I can raise her. I can handle it.
Shit. Well, I mean, you still got to take into the fact that she's pregnant herself.
Right.
She is.
So she might have became a better mom. Like, yeah, I went through a goddamn demon time with all this bullshit, taking care of my niece. Imagine what I do for my kid.
Right. She
And that's what I
probably
think the movie was trying to like express to her was like, hey, like, family, this is what it matters and you should have been around more. And now that you're about to have your own family, it's like, all right, I'm gonna take away this family so you treat them way better than you did, or if you decide to do that now. We don't even know
She probably
what
went
she's
to
gonna do.
clinic after this goddamn.
She's like, I'm straight.
Fuck that. Motherfucker said, "Oh, it's two hearts beating," and it's like, "Oh, not the twin."
Oh, I love that part. It looked
okay.
like they was
Is
about
that
to claw out the baby. Is that what was about to happen?
well?
She
I
about to
thought
keep her shit.
that when she said, I'm gonna, I don't, okay, y'all, don't let me be the party pooper, but I don't think that's what the demon was saying, that it was twins. I think
Oh,
but I
that's
think
what
the
you
demon
said.
was
Oh.
just realizing it was just a baby in their period. Because remember
Yeah,
she said,
yeah. I just
I'm
thought,
gonna steal your soul. And then he hovers over and he can hear the heartbeat. He's like, oh, two souls. So just to say
yeah,
like
yeah.
Beth's
I thought it
soul
was
and the
her
baby's
and the
soul.
baby. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I could be wrong. It could be.
But that would be crazy too. That would be
That would
crazy
be
too.
crazy if it
Because
was twins.
she's already looking like
With
a fucked
that,
up mom, but
with
to
that
have
filling the
twins,
void of Bridget and Danny, like, hey, I know your brother and sister died, but here's
Oh,
another one. No,
I hope. Hope not.
yeah. So maybe that could be the case.
And they leave those types of things open ended on purpose so that we can sit around and speculate.
Yeah. Now
thing.
the finisher move at the end with the wood chipper and everything, I expected, like I liked how they did, Cassie, come on, Cassie, flip the switch, and I'll lead her, into the wood chipper, and everything. And I didn't think we was gonna see like everything. Like you got to see the monster go through, and then it stops, and then she put the damn chainsaw in the top of her head. I'm like,
Yeah.
God, and like why
Besides the fact
why
that
I'm
it
saying
became
like
fucking Voltron.
why I'm saying like,
It's like
the
it's the
stakes
box.
is like really good on this one because like you gotta remember like this is still her whole sister that she is doing.
Yes, I would.
Like,
Yes.
she didn't like her anyway.
Well, shit.
See
After
why
Call me a
every
groupie.
time
Ah,
we always are seeing these movies in such a different. Because I thought that they had not necessarily a strained relationship. It's just that, Beth was doing her, her thing. And she just had kind of not been as available. But I thought upon her arriving, I
Yeah.
thought that she and Ellie had good chemistry. It seemed like I thought they seemed close.
So what I was getting from their relationship is was like they both was, out there, probably in the rock scene or whatever. Ellie gets pregnant and not only has one kid, but has two, three kids. You know what I'm
And
saying?
gets
So now,
married.
yeah, and gets married. So now, she out the game. My sister is still, chasing the dream or whatever. So it's like, I understand what you're doing, but like, I got responsibilities. I gotta do this. But yeah, but I thought like I thought they put emphasis that they relationship was strained because of the whole like you didn't even hit me back like 3 months ago, like you know what I'm saying. So I
And
wouldn't
see,
say that she was happy to kill her, but like after everything that had happened, she's like, man, fuck this, man. I'm
She felt
tired of
that open
this.
your legs like you open the door.
Yeah,
She felt that shit.
she
She
was
brought that
tired
shit
of
up.
hey,
people for
Yeah, remember that
sure.
yeah,
shit you
she
said?
was fed up.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
fed up.
Got all in her head. I was like, ooh.
I
Mhm.
didn't like the and now this is definitely just a personal thing because I really don't like monster movies. That's just not my
Monster.
thing. I
Mhm.
like very practical, very now of course there's you guys suspend your, disbelief a little bit because of it's supernatural. Most horror movies have some supernatural element, but I love just the straightforward like even like with Hereditary, like they showed some stuff, but it wasn't just like, what I'm saying? I like movies like that kind of take themselves seriously. So that I said all that to say I wasn't the hugest fan of like when they all kind of,
Came together.
became the I thought
Demonic
it looked a little
Voltron.
silly. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, see, I feel like y'all could have done something because like we mentioned, the tone of the movie was like especially for an Evil Dead movie, was pretty serious. Like it had its moments of like, of course, we was laughing at times throughout the movie because they was
yes.
saying little funny stuff here and there, but that wasn't like the tone of the movie. Like it was
Yeah.
like it had a real actual dark atmosphere. So it just seemed like a little strange of them to go full on like that was just like,
Captain Planet.
Human centipede.
She went full
like
Captain Planet. The
Yeah,
power of
and
forces
I mean,
combined.
yeah,
Help me up, nigga.
I
Help me
figured
up. She
since
got my
we saw
leg.
it in the book,
right.
like that's what it was like, going towards. But like
You said what?
saying, like flowing through the book, like seeing it the first time, I had figured that like, yeah, this might come back up at some point. And but like my thing was I didn't like the monster because like if anything, you made it easier for them to chop you up, like
Yeah.
if it's like six dead shit, one dead eye is enough, you know what I'm saying? But if it's like
Hey,
six, five, six, like we fucked. But if they all combine into these little arms and stuff and you got a chainsaw shit, I'm just, you know,
these movies have these movies are starting to learn that people realize we for me to believe that something is really destroyed, I'm gonna have to see it be obliterated.
yep,
Just like in Halloween Ends,
yep.
you had the only way we was gonna believe that Michael was really gone, you had to obliterate him. Like you had to every shred of him had to be gone, just like in this movie. Like they had to go through that wood chipper.
And it still didn't help.
Yeah, yeah, because the essence is still there. I mean, you stop them, so your brother, your sister and your niece and nephew will quit messing with y'all.
So another white girl.
Literally. And I think like I know how I was saying, like, like I didn't have no hope for them, but like when she's listening to the CD, I mean the shit on the turntable, and then she gets all the way to the end, and he's like, "Yeah, like I chopped them up, I burned
Right,
them,
nothing worked.
nothing works," and she's just like, "Oh, oh,
As
So
she's
that
looking in
was
the mirror.
yeah," I'm like,
It's like,
another
oh.
part. That was another part. I was like, oh my God, like I did not expect him to say that. I thought he was gonna say, The only thing that
Something.
worked was burning them or something.
Now, could she have not just, like sped it up a little bit faster to see if there was actually going to be a resolution in the recording? Like, oh, that sound, wait, go back, wait.
Right.
I think he is telling us, okay. Yeah. So,
They only go to the end like, you're fucked.
yeah.
Oh,
If
well
this
then,
happens,
and she's
run.
here. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
When she came up
since we're
behind her, that was pretty
oh
good,
yeah,
too.
that was
I
good.
wasn't expecting her to slip through like fucking smooth criminal.
Slinky.
Yeah, for real.
So since we're talking about likes, I liked I really liked when they first started the recording. Like I thought the priest voice and the whole little dark, I thought that was like really creepy.
Sound like he was recording a vlog. Yeah, so some crazy shit start going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
gonna document this for y'all just in case something else happened to somebody else. All
It's
right.
like, what is the likelihood that somebody would think to record themselves audially, especially way back then?
He
I would just
published it. Yeah, like
and yeah,
Put
it's
that
like
bitch on
okay,
Instagram.
the man got his own record. I'm fucking weak.
man.
He said,
Yeah.
I gotta put this shit on YouTube.
Oh,
I
me.
swear. I swear. So
I mean,
neither one of
if it
y'all
were,
saw the. You said what?
I said, if it would have happened in real life, first thing I'm doing is taking out the phone.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on. No, I won't believe this shit. Hold on. Wait,
Yep.
say
Let
that
you
again.
record it.
But the
So
Wi-Fi
neither of
was
y'all
out.
saw the 2013 remake.
This is
I
my
think
first
so.
movie I've
I
watched.
can't remember it though.
Well,
It's-
Jay, you really need to watch the 2013 one because that's probably the best one to compare this to.
Yeah.
And I feel like I read somewhere that they used like 70,000 gallons of blood
Oh,
in the
yeah.
2013 remake. And in this one, they only used 1,700.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I say that
For the
movie was,
whole elevator. Damn.
that's what I was thinking. But I guess that must have been the bulk of the blood that they used for this one was that elevator scene.
Yeah, and I think that the remake that you mentioned, I think that goes more back to like them catering to because it's almost like a cabin in the woods like type of
Yeah,
movie.
it's definitely got the whole cabin thing
That's
going
basically
on.
how it happens. But did you notice? I heard that the cabin that they go to like the next day thing that the Jessica thing happens. That's the same cabin, but they made it into like a triangle or something. So like, oh,
What?
okay, so.
I had
So
no idea.
how did she just, get possessed at her apartment building? She then goes back to the damn cabin where it all happened as just like, oh.
See, I'm telling you, like that the 2013 one was much more
Oh,
like
okay. Yeah, because it has the white guy with the glasses and like,
yeah, he's the one that F's everything
the
up.
biggest thing about Evil Dead movies is there's like, no, do not finish the reading. Like, no, don't read like close, don't. And
In
that's
that
what I
one,
like
the
that was
book
cool about
literally
this one.
said that.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the 2013 one, it says do not. It says like don't continue or it's like something like that. Do not read this book. And it just kept on going.
Yeah, motherfuckers kept reading.
Somebody has to do it, and that's when shit gets crazy. Yeah.
I'll check that out then. This is the first one. Like, not
Yeah, I really think you should watch
this
it.
is different from the other ones for sure.
I was told that Evil Dead. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I can,
And what I think
already like evil, like horror filmed out. Right,
you didn't think it could get nothing, but
like,
this shit, this shit.
yeah, this kind of gave me hope. I'm like, okay, I might be back on horror films now because these past ones, Scream was
they've been pretty decent.
Everything. No, even Scream. Scream was like, bruh, come on.
It's still good. He's just saying that the killer sucked. That was our whole.
Oh, I was about to say you didn't like Scream.
All right, y'all ready to rate this? Yep. What would I rate this? I didn't even come up with one before we started. It's up there. I would say, like you said, out of all the scary movies that I've seen this year, it's pretty up there for me. I will go with the 8.5.
Jay, Jay's facial expressions are so funny.
Oh Lord.
Let me see. I hadn't really considered a rating for this, so let me think.
Mhm.
I loved how it looked. Like I thought the cinematography was really
Yeah,
nice. I thought
yeah.
it was very
The
pretty.
studio, they're really good for what
Yeah,
they
like I really liked that.
and getting the like camera angles and stuff. Like the
Yes.
peephole thing, like
Yeah, that
new
was
fear for
so
me.
dope.
Yeah, new fear
Oh,
for
not to mention I saw it twice.
yeah,
Me,
same.
me and my boyfriend, we went to go see it twice.
Oh yeah, y'all
Um,
paid twice, so they need
well,
to pay y'all.
uh, well, here's the thing. We actually have we're AMC A-listers now, so
Okay,
we just
yep.
pay like one
Mm.
monthly fee, and we get to go like a million times a month.
Clutch. Oh
So
yeah.
we'll definitely just randomly go. So we saw that one twice. We saw Scream 6 twice too. But anyway, I guess I would give this one an 8. Reason being is because I really enjoyed it and I enjoyed it just as much the second time. I was concerned. I was like, okay, am I gonna get a little bored the second time? And I didn't. I still had that same trepidation when the aunt and Cassie were in that elevator, and I'm like, oh my God, how are they gonna make it out of this? Mommy's with the maggots now. Still
Bruh.
hit the
Oof.
same twice. Like I was so yeah, I like.
You almost on point with it. It makes it kind of scary when you do the voice.
Actually, I'm not really trying. The
Oh my
first
god.
time I did it for my boyfriend, I almost scared myself. I said, I sounded just like that lady.
It's
I
like
was
you
like, you
sound
know what?
possessed. Hold
You
on.
said, oh, you got that voice too?
Motherfucker. What'd you just say?
I'm not the only one. Oh,
Right.
man. I didn't give my reason. But yeah, my 8.5, I would say love opening scene that like hooked me in automatically. The fact that like nobody is spared in this movie, love it. The lack of hope for the main characters is like really big. And the stakes are really high, and the fact that it still includes all the elements of the Evil Dead, franchise, and to see that it could probably go to another one. That's why I gave it an 8.5. Good job.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
crazy.
I
Yeah, come
gave
on, Mr. Cynic.
I had to look back to what we gave Scream. And I had to tell myself, was this better than Scream?
I'm gonna go this over screen.
So with that being said, I'm gonna have to give this a 9. I had to give this
Wow.
a 9
but
because it was like
but
I
it's
said, I
different
gave up
though.
hope on horror films. I was like, bro, I am cool with horror films. The rest, if you don't do another horror film this whole year, I'm
Yeah.
straight.
But my thing is like I think the fact that you comparing those two is kind of hard. If you went back and watched the first like Evil Deads, you would probably like go into this one feeling the same way we went with going into Scream. Cause like we said, they never been like great. This one is just like super
Different.
different. This
This
is
Scream or this Evil Dad?
Evil Dead.
this
That
Evil Dead.
Oh,
The
okay.
Scream same
last Scream was
basis.
ass.
That's why I'm saying
But
it's just,
the
but
recent
this
one
was
was
different
like
from
the
Evil Dead.
recent Scream. I was like, oh, this is okay. They getting busy in this Scream. He already dead. Like
Yeah.
They
I'm
did.
dead.
They
The
did it
minute
up
he
with the
threw up, I'm going
disgust.
dead. Like
Mm.
he got me.
Yeah,
I'm
and having
yeah.
I think when you have family members who are like doing it to each other, like that makes it like even better because like, a stranger could come in here, yeah, possess, okay, cool. Like, yeah, that makes totally sense. But damn, I gotta fight off my brother, slash mother, slash, whatever. And like either it's them or me at this point. And damn. Yeah.
Yeah, it
There
was
Okay.
you go.
pretty tough. Tough stuff in that Evil Dead
Go
rise.
get some pizza so I could talk to your aunt about how I broke up with how your father left a couple months. I'm just
Right.
like, is there not another room where y'all can
Right.
talk?
Y'all gotta go
The
out.
walls too thin.
Was pizza the plan for dinner the entire night?
That's okay. Yeah,
Was
that's
that
the.
always the plan?
They did come back. She like, yeah, she dropped the pizza. It's okay, daughter. It's okay, darling. It's okay.
It's like it's not okay. What we gonna eat?
It's
That was
probably
3
not smart
boxes
to
of
have
pizza you dropped.
the youngest hold the food. Probably not the smartest thing to do.
Why are teenagers in movies? I'm telling you, I get it. I get that everybody is not the same. But why are teenagers like, how can you get I could like remember earlier in the movie, like when Bridget was like, where's my shirt? And then the mom's like, did you look for it? And she's like, something about her washing it. You're going to forget. You always do. And I'm just thinking, who talks to their mom like this?
White kids do.
White people.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Like, bro, I would have never even started the conversation like that. Yes. Like, I would have been like,
you have to
Mom, have you seen my shirt?
And you still might get yelled at.
And you still might get fussed at just for asking. What I'm supposed to keep up with your shirt for? You know?
That's what I think. Like they was trying to show, like, oh, their relationship is not normal. This what they got going on.
It is white people. That's all.
I was about to say, I think that's pretty typical.
Shut up, Mom. They probably call it about first name.
No, I'm saying that they Well, yeah, right. I guess that is a type of normal.
Yeah, like for them, it's like
way.
Yeah, that's normal for white folks. They probably you tell her.
She said, "Go tell Danny to turn the music down." She said, "Danny, turn the music down." She's like, "I could have did that." She said, "That's what you told me." My mom would never.
Never.
There would be a shoe thrown behind me or something. Yeah. No.
Depending on how far away she is, the shoe might, she can throw that.
Or she gonna catch me later.
Come here.
Literally.
Come here.
I used to hate when my mom would tell me, it's like, you really want me to come over to you just so you can pop me in the mouth?
Yes.
And you just
yeah, all right. Wait, so did we contact the dad after this?
That's what I'm thinking. It's like, okay, you gotta tell the dad what happened.
Your family that you
left. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're both like fucking.
But
they dead.
Like the goddamn demon used the father to get in the know.
What are they gonna say after the next day when the police and stuff get there?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, bro, there's a bunch of blood everywhere.
I would be like
a wood chipper in the middle of the fucking parking lot.
Yeah.
Like, what do you even say?
She walked out with a chainsaw.
And there's no witnesses besides, Cassie but they gone.
I mean, they probably skipped town for sure.
I'm sure because he told them to run. Just get the fuck up out of here.
Fuck out of here.
It's gonna keep following them.
Yeah, Black folk, that movie would last all 10 minutes.
If we could get out the building.
Earthquake. Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, the movie would definitely not even really even happen at all. Like, because none of us would have went down there in no big gaping hole after an earthquake. It's like, you do realize the earth is unstable. Like, stuff around you is unstable right now. Like, it could be power lines, active power lines.
It could happen
and it may not be over.
Yeah.
Like, I've been through an earthquake. You don't know when this is really gonna end because it could just shake for a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be normal, and that shit shake 30 minutes later. Like,
and I don't know, maybe like I was thinking like, if my neighbor came to my door like, hey, can you help me put my dead mom in I'll be like, wait, what, nigga? Like,
exactly. Like, no, then when the mom was like, can I take your car and go find my kids? It's like, that's why the dude was like, I'll drive. But
some people ask to borrow sugar. You ask
exactly.
my whole car.
Friday. My car, Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
Yeah,
like,
what the fuck?
World?
Like, I get it. You trying to go find, your kids, but like, slow your roll.
That's too much. Too much.
But yeah, but I was trying to say that, like, yeah, I don't even think we would have helped. I would have looked through the peephole too. Like, hey, it's some crazy shit going on out there. Shit, we go keep the door closed.
Hey, grab that sofa.
Yep, board that bitch up. Mm-hmm. Is that a shotgun blast? Actually, put another sofa up there.
Exactly. I mean, we wouldn't have nothing to do with nothing.
We just gotta hold this out. Rent about to go down next year.
Yeah. Oh,
fuck. Got me fucked up.
Tell my landlord, you ain't tell me this shit was possessed too.
Right? Like, dang. I shouldn't have to pay last month's rent for this.
I need the whole year, fail. But yeah, when the police come up in here, I'll be like,
I was just listening to music.
yeah, I
That's
didn't
what
see
homegirl could have said if she didn't get possessed. I mean, dang. Like, you really just didn't notice none of this stuff going on last night.
You saw a
Like,
party.
and now
Yeah,
your ass is
like,
possessed.
even the girl was like on the phone was like, yeah, maybe we should just cancel this trip. It's like, no, bitch. We going out tonight. We going out. We going party.
yeah, no.
It's like, nope. They was like, that girl trying to turn up? Oh, look at her ass.
Oh yeah, and like when the demon was like, I just wanted to rip you open and crawl up inside all of y'all.
I was like, oh.
Nigga, she was
fuck.
playing any many money mode with the motherfuckers, bro.
Many money.
Nigga said, Mo, oh shit.
Right, like, why?
I would have just been happy to be Eenie. I was like, oh shit.
I know Eenie never gets picked.
Hey, shit.
Shit, if it's two people.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off.
Thank you for watching the episode of that show. Thank you for the guest, Jazzy. Tough Topics. More videos to come. Like, comment, subscribe. More videos on the way. And make sure through all the shit you go through, make sure you change your motherfucking drawers.
For sure.
We out.